Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to start today's look with a primer from Garnier. It's called 5 Second Blur. It is a pretty thick consistency, but it does give a nice smooth finish, so I would recommend giving this one a try if you've got kind of an uneven skin texture. And for my foundation, I'm going to be using L'Oreal True Match. This is a very similar consistency to Urban Decay Naked Skin. I'm going to put that on with a buffing brush from Real Techniques, and before I apply the foundation, I'm just going to get my skin wet with a little bit of setting spray. So I'm going to dab this on. You might notice that this foundation looks a little bit light for me, but that is intentional because this look is kind of about underlying the highlight and then putting bronzer and warming the face back up later on in the tutorial. After the foundation is nice and smooth, I'm going to take a beauty sponge and wet it with some setting spray and really use that to just press the foundation in my skin for a long day of wear. Next, I'm using Fit Me Concealer from Maybelline. I'm going to use this to highlight just under the eyes, down the bridge of my nose, forehead, cupid's bow, and on my chin. And I'll be using the same beauty sponge to blend that in. When you're blending in your concealer, you want to make sure that you're using little dabbing motions and not swiping. You want to make sure the product stays where you've applied it and really get it to settle into the skin. Now to add a dewier look to the highlight, I'm using MAC Prep and Prime in Radiant Rose to just hit the high points of my face. So again, along the cheekbones, bridge of my nose, cupid's bow. I'm going to blend that out with the beauty sponge. And then I'm also putting this sort of underneath where my contour would go to do sort of a reverse contour to really get that to pop. Now to tone down that sort of white finish on the highlight, I'm using this e.l.f. setting powder, and it is a yellow tone, so similar to the Ben Nye banana powder that I'm sure you've seen everywhere. You can just put this over the top of something that's a little bit stark and it'll make it look like a natural finish. For the contour, I'm going to be starting with NYX Concealer in Liquid. I'm going to put this on the hollows of my cheeks, up at the edges of my temples, and down the sides of my nose. And then I'm going to blend that out with the Real Techniques buffing brush, just using really broad sort of swiping motions to diffuse the color. Summery, I'm going to be doing a lot of highlighting and bronzing that has some shimmer to it. So this is a gold cream highlighter, and I just use this on the tops of my cheekbones to give some of that shimmery sort of iridescence, but still keep it in that really warm tone. Now I'm taking a highlighter bronzer quad and just sweeping that all over the cheekbone and cheek. And because I can't live without a little color on my cheeks, I'm just going to use a fan brush to apply a really light layer of this sort of peach pink blush. Eyebrows today, just going to keep it simple using a dark brown eyebrow/eyeliner pencil. You know, one of those great products that can just multitask all day long. So I'm just going to outline the brows, fill them in a little bit, and then brush the color through with a spoolie brush. After my brows have been filled in, I'm just going to take a little tiny detail brush with some concealer on it and clean up the edges. So after my eyebrows have been done, I'm going to go back to that highlighter bronzer quad and use that to start the eye look. I'm just going to sweep this from the lash line all the way up past the crease. Next, I'm taking the powder bronzer from earlier and putting that on a fluffy brush and just blending that through the crease and then underneath my lower lash line. Okay, and then back to the multitasking pencil from earlier. I'm going to line my lower waterline and then put a little bit of the color on the top lash line, but just at the outer corner. And this doesn't have to be neat because I'm just going to take a small pencil brush and actually blend that out, kind of from the lash line to the outer V. Before applying any mascara, I'm going to take a MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Medium on a big blending brush and just use that to really blend all the colors on the face together and also set my makeup. I'm just going to give my lashes a good curl, and then I'm going to use a little bit of brow gel to set my eyebrows. I'm using two different mascaras today. One is a lengthening mascara and the other is just a really nice dark black separating sort of brush. So I do the lengthening first and then use the telescopic mascara to separate the lashes and just give them a little bit more definition, the upper and lower lash line. And I'm going to take just a tiny bit more shimmery highlighter and do the cheekbones and Cupid's bow and then right down the bridge of my nose. I'm going to take this setting spray from L'Oreal. It's a new one, so I just got it to try. As far as drugstore setting spray goes, it's perfectly fine. I like it. I'll use it until it's gone. I'm just going to finish the look with a little bit of Pink Peach lipstick from NYX, just one of their creamy rounds. And take just a little bit of light pink shimmery lip gloss to put in the middle of my lips just to make them look a little bit fuller. So here's the finished look all together, just something really simple, easy to wear. It's great for summer because as you start to sweat and your face becomes a little bit dewier, it'll just look like part of the look. See, everything is nice and blended, blown out, and it'll stay all day. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.